Alright, guys. We're gonna go to the vault here. I'm gonna take a swig of some water here. I say a swig of water. Yeah, I put sides, please, in. So, we got a nice vault here. We're gonna go do the cleaning today. I have a lot of sunset weapons and what people are calling copium rolls. Like, oh, those will be good someday, pretending like they're not going to be extremely power crept in the next fucking week. Hold on, has it been 30 seconds, YouTube? I'll put an intro in. So, I'm going to go through all 472 items here and talk about them, and it'll be a really easy video. So we've got this Midnight Coup with 2.7k kills. Obviously, I don't need to explain Midnight Coup for those of you who've been around since year 1. This is historically one of the only hand cannons that actually can get ambitious assassin, by the way. So, a little thing. We know more about the gun now, and obviously corkscrew would probably be the best barrel, but I'm gonna hold it. Mida multi-tool just because Mida. This Nightshade is the year 1 Nightshade. I don't even think you can pull year 1 Nightshade anymore. This roll is kind of crap, but it has kill clip on a 450, which is really important. And this is obviously a lightweight frame, not the 450 aggressive frame, which fired 4 bullets in a burst. So now we got Purpose here. Purpose is a Season 2 Trials of the Nine scout rifle that you can't get anymore, thankfully. It has explosive rounds and it's 200 RPM. I think I don't need to explain why it's crazy. Also, it has hip fire grip. This is an extremely good roll even by today's standards. The last time I used this was back in couple seasons ago on stream. This is Redrix Claymore. A lot of you Zoomers and Shadowkeepers won't actually know what the Claymore is. This was the one that you had to get from actually playing comp and being good at the game. The Broadsword is the one that they just gave everyone for free. This is the non-random rolled version, and yeah, it's pretty sad. We got Bygones. This Bygones, I actually used it a few days ago. This is a pretty crazy roll, and I used it quite a bit until I got a better version, which is the one that you see here. Obviously, this is an absolutely insane roll, and I actually really like this pulse rifle, and so I'm holding on to it. Now, we've got this Chattering Bone. Again, a similar roll. This is kind of like the successor to Nightshade, until they released the successor to Nightshade in Black Armory, Season 5. Yeah, quite something. We've got Ether Doctor, which I might get rid of. The problem with Ether Doctor and like all of these Forsaken auto rifles is you can't see what you're shooting at. Like, you can't see what you're shooting at, and that's kind of a problem. This roll is pretty insane, and actually you can't get these sights on any other auto rifle right now, which is unfortunate, but I might get rid of this one, if not for the memory of having this weapon. I'm going to hold on to a lot of these just for YouTube content at some point. This Dust Rock Blues is the best possible roll you could have gotten in the game at the point, for me at least. Obviously, I don't need to explain why I have this roll in my vault, and why it's going to stay in my vault. This is a god roll even by today's standards for a precision frame. We get a trackless waist. This thing's completely power crept out by multi-mock, but it stands to serve a pretty insane roll. I'm going to make a video with this, and then I'm going to dismantle it. 10 Paces was also another one. That was a 140 that uniquely had Quick Draw and Rampage as co-perks. And obviously, this is pretty good because you could do something like a sniper rifle, switch to it, clean up with the body shot, and then you have these damages, right? Pretty nice. Steady hand. Again, I'm going to hold on to this, make a video with it. I have these two Dukes, which Duke is admittedly kind of power crept out by Igneous Hammer. But Igneous, like, damage effects on 120s as a whole are kind of weaker now. And I haven't decided. I want to get rid of one of these. I haven't quite figured out which one I want to get rid of. They also, this is funny enough, the ammo perk used to be in this column, which was really weird. It's very weird. Also, it can roll 3 ammo perks, which is, again, weird. The Smuggler's Word is Smuggler's Word. I did like one video with this thing, and then never touched it again. I'm going to hold on to it because aggressive frame burst. We've got this Hard Truths here. This Hard Truth was one I used for a little bit, and then I think I got another roll. Obviously, it's solid, but it's not super great because Snapshot, this could have been something else. I'm not entirely sure. This is the Full Dan. I don't really need to explain why the Full Dan is absolutely bonkers through the wall type beat. But, yeah. This is the Forsaken version, and the initial year 1 version didn't get random rolls, but this one did. And here we are. I've done some videos with this, and this thing is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I've got a Bite of the Fox. I actually have quite a few of these, and I'll explain why. This is the one that's an Ascended roll, which, you know, it's the Unsunset version. This isn't quite as good as I would like it to be, but it's one that I have, and I use it in Iron Banner. This is the classic Snapshot Rampage Bite of the Fox that was absolutely insane. Again, 2,000 frags on it. Quite something. It's quite something. This is quite an iconic sniper on the channel. And this one, I just held on to this one so I could show it to Drew every time he talks about wanting firmly planted on a sniper rifle. And I'm going to get rid of it. Alright. The Blast Furnace is there because I have a memento from those days when people would use Blast Furnace and I would pull mine out, and then it would turn into we're shooting at each other from, across Equinox from 70 meters with Blast Furnaces, getting TTKs with it. This threat level, again, same thing, kind of trench barrel. Like, this is a really nice shotty for the time. It unfortunately just, you know, it's irrelevant now because it's a rapid fire, and these used to be like absolutely insane. And it's back when shotguns were really good. A lot of you guys may not have been around for that. Arbalist for this season for champs, unfortunately. Spare rations. I don't really need to explain why the spare rations is going to permanently sit in my vault. Again, quite a crazy roll. You know, ammo perk maybe not the best, but whatever. Yeah. This got pulled out a lot in Shadowkeep whenever people triggered me. This boy got pulled out, and we started playing some Lil Peep. We got a Night Watch here, rapid hit multi-kill clip. This thing was like kind of good, but also like the roll's great. The Masterwork was kind of weak because this thing naturally always had really high handling. I used it. I have it in a vault just in case of something, whatever. I have this Lonesome because it's a godlike fucking sidearm. There's no sidearm quite as good as this, except for like 2 other ones, and one of those is exotic. Yeah, Lonesome. I've made a couple videos with this. Again, we've got the Hammer Forge, like quite a range heavy roll. And you're gonna see a recurring theme here with a lot of these weapons is that like it's very range spec. This is before mouse and keyboard stability nerfs happened, so yeah. Again, this is the God Service Revolver minus, what's it called? Minus ricochet rounds and a range masterwork. Whatever. I'm not really a huge fan of 180s, but I have this just to flex on people who wanted it. The Stringer, I feel like I don't need to explain this one. This roll nowadays isn't really that great because Snapshot is just not as effective anymore and we understand the game more. And also, I just didn't want to roll, like, I didn't want to farm another roll. There was really no other desirable perk for me in, for this weapon. And so this is the roll that I use for 8.4 thousand kills. Which is disgusting. And I also have all the ornaments for it too because I have depression. This Imperial Decree was one that we thought was going to be good, and I held on to it. Turns out this is actually a lot better nowadays in PvP than it is in PvE, and that's simply because the full auto trigger system in Trench Barrel. Trench Barrel is actually kind of really nice in PvP, but the odds that you make good use out of it are super slim. I'm probably not gonna hold on to this one. It's not that great. I don't really have a good explanation for this one, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I held on to it because you can't really get this gun anymore, but high impact autos are getting buffed, and I kind of want to make a video with this and then get rid of it. This is quickly turning into a YouTube series, isn't it? Whatever. The Revoker here, I don't really need to explain why. I don't really need to explain why. This Blasphemer is a recently acquired role for me. Obviously, I do not need to explain why this role is sitting in my vault permanently. I'm gonna move past it. Sacred Provenance, this is a good one that I like to pull out every once in a while. It's one of the last remaining non-sunset 4-round burst aggressive frame pulses. And this is obviously a complete god roll. This is 5-5 for me for the most part. Reload Masterwork synergizes very well with kill clip. They keep rapid hit stacks. It's quite something. Quite something. I can grab another Revoker, but I can't grab another 3.5k kills. This Secret Redemption is one that's like kind of good. I haven't found a good use for it personally, but I think PvE wise it could be really good. Or PvP wise, sorry. I don't really have a great use for it, but yeah. I'll make it like pink or something so I can remember it. Doesn't look like it color shaders very well. There we go. This Tranquility is pretty funny. I used this bad boy for a little bit. I should really farm out anyone since the new rules are a lot better. This sniper was kind of really bad, but I used it for a while because it sounded really cool. I actually have quite a few videos with that in a sidearm on my YouTube channel, but I'm gonna get rid of this one because I can just get a new one anyways. Steel Feather is, I assume that these Dawn weapons are gonna come back soon. I made a video about this. It was cool. But Steel Feather just suffers from being a rapid fire auto rifle and having like 0 stability. Obviously, Firmly Planted helps with this, but I'm keeping onto this for legacy reasons. Breach Light's another one that's really good. This is one of the few that I could say that like kind of compares or argues against what's it called, Smuggler's Word. But these weapons are just all around good when you take them into their range. You got Cold Front. Cold Front struggles again from being like this weird 750 RPM thing, and I just don't like them, honestly. There's so many better other SMGs you can use over this. I think aggressive frame SMGs suck. But there's one in the game that's good. So. I'm probably going to dismantle this one. Old Fashioned. I don't really need to explain why this Old Fashioned's in here, sorry. You know, this is the 2nd generation of Old Fashioned, back when you could get random rolls of it in Season of Dawn. And it was promptly murdered by Bungie. I'm holding on to a lot of these because we're expecting that you can bring a lot of these rolls forward with weapon crafting. But we don't have an expectation, we just kind of have a we're kind of suspecting that it may be possible. Perfect Paradox, again, the Season of Dawn rule, not the Season of Osiris or whatever, Curse of Osiris rule. This is quite a crazy rule for the time, and I did not realize how good it was. Unfortunately, it suffers from being, once again, a rapid-fire frame, so it's out. Bastion. I have this Bastion rule in my vault because... Alright, so we're going to move past that and go to the 7th Serif Carbine. I have this, not because this is good, because this frame of pulse or auto rifle is complete balls, but because ricochet rounds and it can make Warmind cells. This was used a little bit by me for a little bit. I expect precision frames to get buffed. Also, it's got that banana mag. You know. Cool. So we've got 7th Serif Revolver. 7th Serif Revolver is really nice. Firmly Planted multi-kill clip. This was definitely more of like a PvE role for me, and it was mainly used to make Warmind cells. I also have this Pulse Monitor Time Payload role that I used for a little bit to troll people in PvP, but I think I'm going to scrap this one because Time Payload's annoying. Yeah, Strichik, thanks for the tier 1 for a year. This Scholar, I have this for the sake of it being a complete meme, for obvious reasons. And I'm going to hold on to it because I'm going to make a meme video with it at some point. This Dire Promise, I have it just to make all the Dire Promise kids mad as hell. That's all. That's the only reason I have it. This Enigma's Draw is pretty power crept out, and I honestly don't like this roll at all, and I'm going to get rid of it. I just kept it because it's a Space Glock, and I thought I would make a video on it, but I'm not going to make a video on it. So we've got 3 True Prophecies. We've got a Rangefinder Rampage rule, which I hate this hand cannon with a passion. This is the most unstable hand cannon I've ever felt in my life, and I hate it. We've got the Opening Shot Time Payload rule, which, you know, I just bring out and show people how cringe it is, which I personally think that, you know, Fast Draw is better here. And then we've got the Opening Shot Rampage rule, again, with a lot of range on it. And I just held on to these. I haven't decided which one I want to get rid of yet, but I gotta figure it out. We've got 2 of these bad boys. Biting Winds. I haven't come to a conclusion as to which one I want to get rid of, but I think I'm going to get rid of both of these. I have one in my inventory right now. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I can farm a better roll of this at literally any time, so I'm just going to get rid of these and, you know, save this vault space for a better roll. This is the current heritage I have for PvE. Obviously, auto-loading and extended mag kind of work together. The recombination, if you don't know what this is what this is. It gives it extra damage, and it stacks like, what, twice or 3 times or something like that? This is a pretty crazy roll for where you can slug things. Obviously, slugs aren't that useful anymore since quick drawing was nerfed. And there's a better roll you can get now. We got dual loader and moving target on this one. I had this and I used it in a PvP video. I'm going to get rid of it because it's not really that great anymore. And I've got the reconstruction thresh roll. This is a really good PvP roll, but you have to kind of understand. I have boss spec on it because I'm a boss. You kind of have to understand what a good use case of this is. And you also need to build up to it. I'm going to hold on to it. At least I have one PvE, one PvP. I really have no good explanation for why I have these guiding sights, especially slide shot on a scout rifle tends to give you depression, and looking at the rest of it, I understand why I have it. The rapid hit iron grip is a little bit better, but these perks are redundant here. I'm going to get rid of this one. We've got a steady hand with killing wind and swashbuckler. I feel like I didn't need to explain this. When I used this, things just went down. I would just melee and get a melee kill in, and I would have like quadruple damage, and yeah, I'm probably going to keep that. This one's going to go, though. Handling Confusion, I just haven't gotten a good roll on it. I've farmed so many of these, and I just have such bad RNG. I really like it because it reminds me of the Halo 2 Anniversary Battle Rifle. It's going to stay in the vault until I get a new one. I've got this Hawkmoon, both of these, because Hipfire Grip and Moving Target, they're both respectively good for polar opposite reasons, right? This roll in particular is not really that great. But this one is a little bit better. Alloy Mag, I feel like people kind of misunderstand why we use Alloy Mag. Wait, Alloy Mag is it's a default on this, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's a default. Anyway, yo, we've got it's the grip and the thing. So moving target, obviously I don't need to explain why moving target's good. It's moving target. I mean, I don't like polymer grip. But I have these for 2 different reasons. Obviously, I made a video on this just a few days ago, but whatever. This False Promises, we got the high impact frame. Again, suffers from being high impact frame, which isn't bad. It's gonna get a buff. Killing Wind Rampage. I never got a good chance to make a video on this because I quit playing the game around this season because the game sucked in this season. And that's pretty much it. I'm a little upset that I dismantled the hollow words I had, but I think I'm gonna add this one to the list of make a video on it. Whispering Slab. This thing, again, suffers from just being a bow. And, like, that's all it has going for it, is the fact that it's a bow. Vorpal completely ruins this thing, and Quick Draw makes it irrelevant, too, so I'm gonna get rid of it. This is a really good pulse. Unfortunately, the Messenger exists, which kind of throws this pulse into a complete state of irrelevancy. If you didn't have a good Messenger, like, this would be a good alternative. But unfortunately, no, Messenger exists and throws us into a complete state of irrelevancy. I'm gonna hold on to it just because it's a really strong rule, and I've made actually a couple of videos with this before. I have Witherhoard for trials because it makes people mad. This Extraordinary Rendition I actually just got a few days ago. This is a roll that I wanted to get a good roll on this, and I think this is probably the best possible what I could have gotten. Again, it's a 750, and it suffers from the same fate as a lot of other SMGs where multi-mac is just better, and so yeah. I'm holding on to it, though, because I really like this SMG. We've got 2 messengers. We've got one with Killing Wind Desperado, one with Killing Wind Kill Clip. I feel like I don't need to explain why this is good. Again, Alloy Mag for the faster reload, too. Even though this kind of, you know... well. And then much of the same, except for this one's going to have a little bit more range, I think. Either way, pretty solid. Less range, sorry. And, yeah. This Time Warden Spire is pretty sad. And I held on to it because I wanted to see if I could make something good come out of it. But again, like, this thing is just not good. I don't like it. I don't like rapid fire pulses. I think there's better rapid fire pulses coming anyways. So that's going to get murked. This Killing Wind Iron Range Multimac, this is the one that not a lot of people want. I have another roll that's better than this. And I don't know where it's at. I'll actually put it in the vault here. Hold on. And I'll go through my inventory items too. So don't worry about that. So this is the one that I currently use. This is the one that a lot of people want, and this is Model 8. And I find it funny that I have this and I don't actually like it that much. This one's gonna go, though. Chroma Rush is a really strong auto rifle, and it's probably the only rapid-fire auto rifle I've ever liked, really, except for maybe one other one. The ammo in this, or the mag perk sucks balls, but everything else it has going for it, I like heating up and kill clip together, and I think it makes it really good. I made a video with this, too, when the season first came out. I've got a couple ignition codes. I have one that's just meant for, you know, absolutely nuking things down. Again, this is about as good as it gets with ignition code. There's very few things that can compare to the level of, I guess, effectiveness that this thing's going to put out. And for something that, like, you want to stun, this one has blinding and conk nades. So, you know, we're getting quite good. Again, slide shot would be really good here, but it is what it is. I just got to farm out this roll, too. Prometheus Revenge, I just have this because it has high impact reserves. I think that this sniper is awful, and I think that it's only good on console or controller. Because the scope, in my opinion, is offset. Something about the reticle is it's not centered, and it messes with my head. It messes with my head a lot. So, yeah. I don't really have anything nice to say about this. I have this because it has Thresh on it, and I think that Thresh could be a very relevant hand cannon perk in PvP, because you get a lot of hand cannon kills if you're not like the average player who just runs around with a special weapon. This one I have Tunnel Vision and Frenzy because I have an expectation on this. I haven't gotten around to using it in PvP yet because I don't like Fatebringer, but I'm going to do something with this too. I have an idea with it, and it's also good for PvE, but I'm not going to tell why. I got this Hung Jury. It's not really that good. Again, Adrenaline Junkie is only good because I play Top Storm. I just haven't gotten another role, and I don't feel like farming another role. This Bullpecker is obviously, I don't need to explain why this is good. I really don't need to explain why this is good. This is you literally steal ammo with this. So, this is one I want to do a video on. This one's going to take a long time to get the video because the stars kind of have to align for me to make what I want with this. 2 Fractithus. I've got one that's Slide Shot Thresh. This one's like, you know, pretty bonkers there, bruv. Pretty bonkers, bruv. And then we've got this one, which is just like the one that all the weird kids want, and, you know, whatever. I just have it so I can, I have quick draw opening shot, and, like, I just dismantle it someday like this. Alright, so we've got a Servant Leader. I kind of wanted to make a video with this, but rapid fire frame. Obviously this is an insane roll. And yeah, I'm probably going to try to do something with this. Yeah. Judgment, obviously. This one was really good. I used it for a little while. Not this specific role, but a very similar role. I just couldn't get my hands on a better role. There's significantly better primary, or what's it called, hand cannons now that you would use in the kinetic slot, unfortunately. Spoiler alert, I'm wanting to do something with this, again, because I really like lightweight, and this is the only comparable lightweight kinetic sidearm that I've found that I can kind of compare to something like Autumn, so. I've got a bunch of AS Lunas here. This one is the one that I tend to use in PvP nowadays whenever I use Luna. I'm not a huge fan. I think it shoots trucks. Obviously, I need another magazine here, but I haven't gotten the chance to farm it. I got a Rapid Hit Demolitionist one if I'm playing in a way that kind of... I want to focus more on things like spamming grenades. Although I value damage perks more personally. And I have one with Headstone in case I find a use case where I want to use Headstone. I haven't quite figured out what that is, but this might be better on like a Titan. I've got the Wastelander here. This is not good at all, but, you know, I just have it in the vault just in case, you know, just in case that roll gets good someday, wink wink. Forerunner because I like it. I've got these okay, let me give it so there's gonna be some people who are pretty new to the game, or even they've been playing for a few years now, and they're gonna be like, how does this guy have the same gun as 2 different elements? So if you don't know, back in year 1, your energy weapons could roll as all 3 energies. So I have both of these, and again, you can't get this gun anymore. You just can't. This was like an explosive round Mida before we knew what, before we had purpose. And so it has 2 different energies, and that's why I have that. This is extremely rare to see today. Not a lot of people have this kind of thing anymore. Risk Runner because it's a god gun. Last Perdition. I had another Last Perdition. I think I dismantled it on accident or something like that. I had 2. One that was Arc and one that was Solar. The Aachen. These are 2 different colored Aachen. One's going to be gold and then one's going to be One's gonna be gold, one's gonna be red. This is the gold one. I feel like I don't need to explain this, and it should be the red one. Nah, this is also a gold one. Well, I guess I can get rid of one of them, huh? Oh yeah, special slot Aachen. Or, sorry, secondary slot Aachen. We'll get rid of one. Darkest before. Feel like I don't need to explain this. It's literally the GOAT gun. I won tournaments with this specific role right here. This specific gun right here. Back in year one. There's gonna be some angry teenagers sweating in the comments like, there was no tournaments in year one! Farcog wasn't playing the game yet! I don't care, shut the fuck up. We got Prometheus Lens and Polaris Lance. These guns are fun, I just have it. Polaris I haven't used in a while because I just haven't feel like it. Also, this Catalyst just never wants to finish for me, so whatever. We've got 2 Tyranny of Heavens here. We've got Moving Target Rampage. Obviously, this is far, far, far better for PvP. And I kind of want to do something with this at some point. I haven't figured out what yet. Whatever. And then we've got this beast with Archer's Tempo, which is an absolute god PvE rule here. Bonkers PvE rule. And yeah. Nation of Beast. I have 2 of these rules. I had another version of this that was like the curated roll or something like that from Last Wish, but I got this roll, which was, you know, not Sunset, so yeah. And then I've got the Outlaw Dragonfly roll. I think this was the curated roll, I don't remember. Not too bad. I use it at PvE occasionally. The Waking Vigil, I use this for just a little bit in like year 2. It's not that good. This gun's pretty weak compared now. I'm probably just gonna get rid of it for now. I don't really have much nostalgia for this gun. It felt very weak in my hands. Dragonfly Rampage, okay. So I'm probably just gonna exit out. Vouchsafe, again, same concept here. I just got a new Ascended version of it, and I just haven't gotten to make a video with it yet. That's all. The Twilight Oath, this was the role that everyone wanted for a long time. For obvious reasons. I hit many, many clips with this thing, and I didn't even have it masterworked. So, yeah. I've got these 2 retooled tails that are... They're alright, right? Like, this is the year 2 version. This was like the role that everyone wanted at the time, because Rifled was a little bit better then. And we're getting retold tail here with, you know, Killing Wind, all these cool perks. That's fun. I don't care if Waking Vigil's getting a range buff. It's about how the gun feels. I don't care. Alright, so yeah, anyway. We've got these rolls, you know. Not too bad. I'm holding on to them because I haven't decided. I'll probably get rid of this one because I don't like retold tail. Precision frame shotguns feel inconsistent as hell. Arsenic Bite, again, because I have the Snake Bow roll, because I think Snake Bow was, like, kind of good in PvE at one point. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Obviously, we have this absolute PvE god roll. Bows are really good this season, so that's why I have a lot of PvE rolls. And that's all I gotta say about this. I have... these 2 guns, because I made a video on it, or I was working on a video. Get rid of... why would I get rid of Fractithist? It's in a kinetic slot. I can use Palindrome with that. We got this, right? And this was like kind of a good roll. I don't think this could actually end up getting good barrels. Or, sorry, good magazines. My brain's a little on vacay here. This is in the chat. I don't know what you guys have to say. And that's pretty much it. Like... I could get rid of this realistically. This is a very weak scout frame. Very weak scout frame. I don't like 150 scouts, high impact scouts. I think that my bullets literally go through people. This was a great misfit roll, and the problem is that you can't see what you're shooting with misfit. This is again one of those weapons where I talk about the whole concept of you're supposed to feel your target on like Destiny. You're not supposed to see and track your target visually. You're supposed to feel them. And that's like it, right? I might get rid of those. I still have a little bit of Forsaken Copium, because I'm not 100% sure yet. But, yeah, I'm not sure. We've got this main ingredient. A lot of people get really upset that I don't use this, but hey, it's okay. I've got this Last Dance as well. I don't really like Last Dance that much. but I'm gonna hold on to it as usual because it's Last Dance. Maybe I'll make a video with it. We'll figure it out. This Anonymous Autumn's a really good hand cannon sidearm, and a lot of people mistake Anonymous Autumn for being like a really bad sidearm. The thing is with these lightweight frames, you can't shoot them at full auto or else they'll bloom out all over the place. This was the Nightmare Air Intel, and I have this for the sake of what's it called? Just for the sake of history, right? And it's got like the the signal scope and everything. I didn't really like it. The Prolium here, again, same concept. Although this one was kind of weak. This is like kind of weak back in the day. I have something I want to do with this though. I really do. I've got the 2 Mind Bangers here. This is the curated Mind Benders that I used for a little while. I never really liked Mind Benders, honestly. And again, you have to remember I use Ophidian, so like quick draw doesn't mean anything to me. And then I started using this one for a little while for obvious reasons. Yeah, I'll probably get rid of... No, I'll keep the curated. I'll keep these rolls just for now until I decide what I want to do with them. I'm not deciding on the spot yet. Moving target affects everything. Actually, that might not be true with now how we understand how shotguns... It might make the center pellet do, like, more if I'm off-center by a little bit, but I'm not sure. I'd have to ask the shotgun scientist. Claws of the Wolf was a really cool pulse rifle. I'm ashamed they didn't bring this one back. This was a really fun roll to use, and maybe I'll do some stuff with it in the future on stream. Breath of the Dragon sucks balls. Cammy had an obsession with this gun, and I hated it. And I had this roll, and I used it for a little bit, and I just could not get anything going with it. Again, power crept the fuck out by, absolutely power crept by, Multimach, so this is probably going to be an X, but I want to hold on to it for legacy reasons so that I can flex it that the noobs don't have it. This Tempered Dynamo sucks complete boner. And, oh wait, actually, this, I don't even think you can get this on much anymore. And, yeah, this is gonna be... This was a really good PvE roll for Kindled Orchid. Unfortunately, it was at a period where hand cannons were irrelevant in PvE. So, yeah. I gotta catch my breath here. Alright, give it a second here. We're past the good part of that. Alright. So we're at Tartar Gaze. This was a really good roll, an absolutely insane roll, and I'm keeping it, and there's nobody who's going to be able to convince me otherwise. This was similarly in a similar position, and this was considered the energy counterpart to the snapshot opening shot Bite of the Fox. There's better snipers to use now, and 72s aren't nearly as effective, so I'm going to cut this one out. I'm going to cut that one out. This Persuader was very infamous for me shooting at the floor with a whole stack of ammo and just pissing people off with it. I'm going to keep it because, again, it's a 140 sniper rifle with explosive payload in snapshot sights. This thing is so troll, I cannot explain it. Recluse is Recluse. It's Recluse. There's better SMGs now. I have a Gnawing Hunger because, I mean, a year ago, this gun was terrorizing the Crucible. And I want to bring it back at some point in Witch Queen. Not bring it back, but like use it and kind of draw contrast. Outlast was a really good, it's like a rapid fire frame pulse rifle in the energy slot. It was kind of like Darkest Before Darkest Before came back. And it also, you know, it was good. It's a really good pulse rifle. And if you have one in your vault, I would recommend trying it out. You can't see what you're shooting at with it because this scope is stupid, but when you get past that, it's still really nice. Last Man Standing, this was good, but the handling on this thing, it's like trying to push a truck with your arms, except for you have no arms. So, and the parking brake is applied on the truck. Aside from that, still really solid roll. This one served its purpose. Soul Survivor was a Season of the Drifter sniper rifle from Gambit, and this one was really cool. This was like the sniper part of the, like, you know, what's it called? Like, spare rations, you know, Gambit set. I like it, so I'm gonna keep it. This Wiser Rebuke is not the initial one that I had, but this was another one that I absolutely ruined people's day with. This thing is never going to be relevant again, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't really like Drong, but I have it for the purpose in case I use Sturm, and I want to use it. This Beloved is stupid, and the reason why I the reason why I have Rampage on it instead of like Quick Draw and Quick Draw Snapshot is because everyone else was riding Quick Draw Snapshot, and I looked at this and I said, you know what I would rather do? I would rather have Rampage so that my gun looks sick in the clip. Whenever I hit the hot ass clip and I'm pulling threes. You know, you see Rampage 3 in the bottom of the screen there. You see the gun glowing like it's going crazy, and that's why. This Apostate is here because my friends wanted this role. I don't really care about this meme. This sniper sucks and it's not good at all. These Adhortative and Optative, these guns were really never relevant. An Adaptive Frame like Pulse, like this is still a strong role, but I have it mostly because you can't get it anymore, and you can only get it for a very brief amount of time in the game. Same with this. I've got the Zealot's Reward. I've got 2 of them. I've got one that I really think that this might be useful at some point, especially if Wormhusk becomes a relevant thing again. Yeah. Sorry, someone just yelled. Yeah. There's not much else to say about this. And then I've got a pretty bad roll here. This is one that I forgot I had in my vault. You know, it's okay, but it is what it is. Someone's still yelling in the background. Sorry about that. I've got this Premonition here. I don't really have anything to say. I haven't gotten to try this gun out. I have a feeling that this gun's actually really solid, but I think I want to just try to make a video with it and dismantle it, right? Very Honest Val, good. Divinity, good. I don't need to explain why these 2 guns are in here. Martyr's Retribution, because wave launchers might be good at some point. I'm expecting the Dawn weapons to make a comeback at some point, including the Trophy Hunter, which is the best sniper in the game. And that's why I have 2 of them. If you're wondering, I just have 2 of them. Because it's a Pog sniper, right? Also, this one's gonna go. This one is an awful roll, but I think that it's gonna come back, so yeah, Copium. Trophy Hunter, because it's the best gun in the game, and it's the coolest gun in the game, and yeah. Devil's Ruin for obvious reasons. 7th Serif. I have these 2 sidearms because I wanted to try to do something with Serif weapons and sidearms. It also looks really cool, but I just never got anything on the, nothing on the ball rolling on it. I'm probably going to get rid of this one since Vorpal on primary weapons is kind of weak. So I've got 3 Serif shotties. This is like a God Gambit roll with Wet from Gold and Trench Barrel. It is what it is, right? Like quite an insane roll when you put it together. Extended barrel might even be better there. Extended mag, whatever. Whatever, right? Got this one for the Slide Shot Vorpal. Again, this was more for like, I want to say it was before Felwinter's came out, and then Felwinter's came out with Vorpal weapon like later in that season. So whatever. And then I've got this one, which has, you know, Quick Draw Snapshot, and just in case I want to use this. This obviously like one of the best possible PvE rules. Again, Stability Masterwork sucks, unfortunate, but yeah. So that's why I have those 3. I've got the Serif SMG for the purpose of this gun is sick. It reminds me of like a Uzi, and I really like the Uzi, and like more specifically, it reminds me of the MSMC from Black Ops 2. And also it's like, and I like to use it just to have fun. It's not really a great gun. It's never been a great gun, you know, precision SMG. Not really good in PvE, not really good in PvP. Anti-Ope exists, there's many other things that exist, so. But I like it, so I'm keeping it. The Summoner, I just have this one because I really like to watch this streamer named Tony. I've got this Exile's Curse, which is complete garbage, and I'm going to be getting rid of it. Except for I want to hold on to it because you can't get it anymore, but it sucks, so I'm going to get rid of it. I have Felwinter's Live because I have no friends. Tommy's Matchbook's a really good auto rifle. Distant Tumulus, I have this because it's got Firing Line and Clown Cartridge, so whenever snipers come back into the meta for PvE, or like whenever they're more relevant again, like the seasonal weapon isn't demolishing it. This thing's a god sniper. It's a fucking god sniper, bro. Coriola's voice, I legitimately cannot tell you why I have this. I tried so goddamn hard to make a video on this. Don't know what the hell the reason these fusions exist. Don't know why it works like this. It triggers me. I used it day one when I got my hands on it, and I was like, what the hell? X'd out. Deafening Whisper. Again, wave launchers. This thing's actually quite insane. I don't know what moving target really does for me here, but yeah. Posterity. This is obviously like a crazy posterity roll. Extended mag is a lot better on this because your reload is a lot faster on 180s. And also Rampage, and yeah, I don't really feel like I need to explain this one. Quite an insane rule, though. Trusty is trusty. You know? It's trusty. Really good scout rifle. I kind of wanted to farm a better roll, but I'm not actually sure what I would want on it. And I haven't come to the decision that I really like the gun enough to farm it. Royal Chase, this one I also use it because I really like to watch this streamer named Tony, and also it's just like it's not a bad scout rifle. The scout rifle is really not bad at all compared to other precision frames. Again, you're looking at other things that like other things to compare to it. I can't even list them off the top of my head, but it's solid for being in the energy slot. Adored because it's adored. Stars and Shadow because you can't get it anymore, and this is like a pretty insane roll that a lot of people are mad that I have, and I don't show them about it, and that's why I don't show it. Bone Chiller gives me depression, so I'm probably gonna get rid of that, but I'm gonna hold on to it because it's actually like not a bad it's not a bad energy slot. Unfortunately, it's got dual loader, which kind of makes me sad, but everything else on it's solid. Maybe not the barrel, but whatever. Arctic Haze because it's Arctic Haze. I liked it better when this text here didn't pop up, but that's like a me thing, right? This is actually one of the few solid like rapid fire autos I like. I'm not real sure why, but yeah. Duality because I really Cloud Strike is just a good sniper. I bring it out on stream occasionally. It's not very often, honestly. Glacioclasm with this roll because it makes the fusion rifle users mad. Hollow Words. I wanted to get a good Hollow Words because fusion rifle is really good, and I wasn't sure what GMs or like what kind of activities I was gonna have to do where I have to deal with arc champs. This is not the role I want, but I mean it's better than not having an arc fusion, right? I've got like 16 truth tellers, and they all serve different purposes. This is for blinding champs. Again, let's say I'm using a different weapon in my kinetic slot. So I've got blinding grenades with demolitionists, and this is like an insane roll here. This one, much of the same, but it's got quick draw. So I kind of have to make a decision right now whether I want demolitionist or quick draw. I think that quick draw is going to be better net. This also has spike nades, so this is significantly better with the reload masterwork. So this one's already on the chopping block. This one's got swashbuckler. And this one's definitely meant more for DPS, but I have ignition code, and you would never do that. And then this one just sucks, so I'm going to get rid of it. So we'll X this one, and I'm thinking I'll X this one because I'm going to use ignition code if I'm doing damage. I use Ophidians, doesn't matter. I also have quick draw. So I've got Fool's Remedy here. This was a really good, this actually still is a full, like, Soros, rapid fire, whatever. It's still good. I don't have anything else to say. It's just a good, it's a good sidearm. These auto sidearms are really good. Death Adder, because I actually really like it. This roll in particular is not that great. I've got a better roll that I use on the, yeah, right here. Firefly is just a net gain on this thing. So I don't really have anything nice to say. I'll throw on the shader. And we'll exit out here. Bump. I'm holding on to this for disruption break. And this is again because of Wormhusk. Well, if Wormhusk comes back, I want to have this so that I can smoke these kids. First in, last out. This was the best in slot, first in, last out for a little bit. Well, I mean, it's not the best in slot. I had a better roller. I have it on a character somewhere or something. I don't know. I'm actually gonna check this out. Let's pull up my dim. I guess I must have gotten rid of it when I was mad over something. I don't remember. But I have it just in case slugs make like a really big comeback and double slugging comes a thing. Imperial Needle, the exact same reason as the other bows, because bows are really strong right now, and they have consistently been strong for GM content. Wellspring is not necessarily what I wanted, but it is what I have. Archer's Tempo is obviously necessary, and Wellspring's still good. Why would I want Rangefinder on a PvE SMG? What am I going to outrange the ads? And increase my TTK? I've got Far Future. I've got a couple Far Futures for two different reasons. We've got Surplus and Opening Shot on this one. What bothers me about this is that like it doesn't get snapped, but Surplus makes it a little bit better. And we've got Far Future here with the what's it called, the combo roll here. And I think that there's going to be a use case for DPS for this thing. Unfortunately, it's 90 RPM, and I don't think so. But I'm going to hold on to it just in case something becomes relevant with it. I've got 2 Igneous Hammers here. Actually, I have quite a few Igneous Hammers. This Killing Wind Opening Shot roll was like quite hefty, and I used it for a little while. I have a way better roll now. I've got this one with Killing Wind and Rampage, and obviously this is a really solid roll. My nose is itching. Hold on a minute. So now, I'll show off the other Igneous that I have. It should be on this character. So I've got this Igneous here. And obviously, you know, this is the roll that I prefer. I love Rapid Hit on hand cannons. I think it's one of the best perks you can have on a hand cannon. I've got another Killing Wind Opening Shot roll that I tried using, and it's not bad, but I'm just not a huge fan. I really much prefer Rapid Hit, and I kind of want to, like, I wish I farmed this out a little bit more. If I have a full ticket, I'll probably go buy one more. And I guess I'll just put that at the end of the video, right? But yeah, I'm thinking that I'm going to cut these other rolls out of the picture because it's just not really super great. I'm probably going to keep a damage one in case they revert the nerf to Rampage on 120s or make it a little bit better. Again, not great, but we'll keep it for now. Brass Attacks because I wanted to use it in a video, and that's why I have the same roll here. But I just couldn't get my hands on a roll that I really liked. I'm probably going to get rid of this one. Try to use it in a video. Again, this is this is kind of like the successor to the Smuggler's Word. So, thanks for banning that guy. We got a Pally here. This palindrome is depressingly bad. I have it because you don't need a good palindrome roll to look like the best player in the game. So, yeah. I've got a Keckening. There's a Keening. Again, this is like another one that I wanted to make a video on. This is, if you're wondering, this is the successor, the energy slot successor to a weapon called the Vertical Orbit QSM, which was a Season 1 kinetic sidearm that looked exactly like this. It just was kinetic, right? Not a great roll, honestly. Rapid Hit, you're like rarely ever going to make that happen on a sidearm on mouse and keyboard, maybe on console, but I don't know. Holding on to it for now. Frozen Orbit, I really don't think I need to explain why I have this. This trinary system, I wanted to make something happen with it. I just haven't gotten around to it. Yeah, I just don't really have anything good to say about this. I don't think it's bad. I just don't have anything nice to say. I haven't used it yet. I have a couple people who get really upset when I hit fire fusions and have success, but yeah. TQs because TQs, it's good, whatever. Under Pressure Vorpal on this one, just in case I don't, like the other roll that I have, which is, I think it's the Vendor roll. Which is Lead from Gold in Vorpal. In case Lead from Gold becomes maybe not that good or Under Pressure becomes better or anything like that. Like one of these like ghost situations. Good backup roll. This Eternal Blazing is because I'm always 420 blazing it. The barrel kind of sucks, but this Scout's not that bad. This thing tends to have hit detection issues though, so it pisses me off a little bit. And it always has had hit detection issues. Or I'm just bad. Grid Skipper because it's literally one of the best guns in the game. And Adrenaline Junkie, like this, go use this if you don't have it. The Sojourner's Tale, because, I mean, do I really need to explain why this roll is good? If I do, why are you watching this video? Why are you looking at this stream? And I've got the same roll twice, by the way, right? So, this roll is significantly better, and it's got perk choice, so yeah. This Vision of Confluence triggers me, and I'm probably going to dismantle it. I've got this Found Verdict. This is the one I was using for a little bit. Actually, no, this wasn't the one I was using for a little bit. The one's in my inventory right now. This was another one that I got. I prefer Full Choke because I actually ADS the shotgun. And I really don't like Rifled because it murks stability. Again, it's a really good roll. I'll show what I have right now. This is what I have right now. The magazine's a little bit weaker, but it is what it is. I think that I like this one a little bit more. The Masterwork's redundant, personally, but yeah. This gun is always farmable, so I'll just farm another one if I want that roll. I've got this Null Composure for obvious reasons. This is really good if you don't have, what's it called? Like, the what is this called? The Cartesian coordinate. If you don't have like a good one of that, Null Composure is a excellently safe pick. This Finite Impactor, this is one of the dumbest hand cannons I've ever seen in my life, and I hate it with a passion, and people want me to make a video with it, and that's why it's in there. The Shader's Wrath, I got this really early. This is like the first week. It was Endless Veil when this gun came out, and I farmed the hell out of it, and I got this roll, and I was happy. And that's why it's here. I should really like this SMG. Oh, that's my argument case. The other 600s, why use that when Shaders exist? This gun's insane. Borrowed Time is, I mean... kind of looks like a Mac 10. I don't really have anything else to say. The Vision is another one that I thought I would like a lot, and I tried it out, and this gun actually gave me depression. It's got cone for all of this, so I'm going to hold on to it. Stochastic Variable was another one that we had a lot of hope for. It had Phase Mag too, which was really good, but it kind of sucks now. And there are, again, better, you know, lightweight SMGs you can use, which this is it. Shayras exists, better TTK, more stable. Lightweight bonus really doesn't fucking matter that much, so I'm gonna... I'm still going for like a good wolf tone draw. I have this S2L one. I think that shoot to loot on a bow is kind of redundant, and I'm gonna get rid of this one, and I'm gonna farm this out too. This is the next best thing that I have, and I honestly just don't really have anything nice to say about it, you know? Like, I gotta get a better roll. Also, redundant perk, by the way. I've got a Forge's Pledge here, too. I just haven't gotten around to doing anything with this yet. I use it, like, twice. Swift Verdict. Just pretty standard, good sidearm roll, right? Solid sidearm. There's not a lot to be said about it. I want to do something with it at some point. I actually use this occasionally. This is the God threat, sorry, not threat, Sudden Death with Threat Detector and Ellie Cap for Arc. This one made Cammy really, really upset when I got it. He wasn't upset, he's like, oh, well, I guess you're done. And then he sat in Prophecy for another 200 hours and didn't get it. A long walk, good long walk, right? This is just a nice sniper. It's not really that great, but why not? This is the Ascended Darkest Before, the new version. I got a pretty solid roll of it. That's all I have to say. 1,000-yard stare, again, moving target firmly planted to piss off all the aim assist warriors who really like it. And I've got a bunch of Matadors. I fucking hate Matador 64 with a passion. I think that this shotgun is really bad, and I think that it's not fun at all. I haven't tried Golden Tricorn yet. I've heard that Golden Tricorn's insane, but I hate this gun with a passion. And I've just got a Gambit roll, too, for it, just cuz. This is going to be for my redacted build that I'm going to use, so I'm actually holding on to this. I want to try out a Golden Tricorn before I shard this. I've got a battle rifle too. I've got a couple of them. I have Perp Mot because I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it compared to Demolitionist, and I'm pretty sure I have my other one in my inventory. No, I don't. Okay, so that's it. I'm probably going to kill this roll here. It's not really that great. Like... it's got the range and whatever, but I feel like Demolitionist for how I play this game, and this role in general is just better, so I'm probably going to get rid of this. This Blue Shift, alright, so if you're wondering, Blue Shift was the absolutely best rocket for PvP in year one for a long time. Because it had the highest velocity, and it also got field prep. It's not really so good anymore, and I might just kill this one, just cuz. And also I had this shader because it looked like Gowerhorn. If you go back and look at some of my older videos, in year one, I actually used to use this and people were like, why does your rocket look like Gowerhorn? It lived its life. Wardcliff, Tractor Cannon, Acreus, Darcy, like I don't need to explain any of these. This Bad Omens was really good, but there's better rockets now. And this Sleepless is staying in my vault because this roll is absolutely insane for PvP, and I'm going to hold on to it. Bad Omens, the thing about Bad Omens is that it's a bazooka with godlike velocity. Unfortunately, I think there's just better rockets, but I'm holding on to it because I heard something about how this rocket works, and I'm not going to talk about it. You're going to see a lot of these swords that are 1320 I just got this season, and they're just like fucked up rolls of these swords, and I just have them as like a collection. I'm a sword collector. The Outrageous Fortune, this was the absolute machine gun god roll in year two. If you are newer to the game, grenade launchers were fucking bonkers in year two. Like, they were uncontested for years. And then the artifact came out, and yeah. Crooked Fang. This was a pretty insane roll back in the day. This thing could probably go. You can get a Reed's Regret, that's better. The Hammerhead, I have PTSD from this gun. This was a good roll. I don't think I ever ended up using this roll because it was very unstable. This was the roll I used a lot of. And I have the ornament too. I like it because it's the name of a shark, and you know, my branding is sharks. So the Striker's Sure Hand was like the best sword you could get for a while. And of course, like, you know, this was just an insane roll until the Spinny Sword came out. Anarchy. This was the God Doomsday. Anyone who farmed Kekkening knows exactly what they're staring at right here, and this probably makes a lot of people upset. I hold on to it for legacy reasons. Temporal Claws, you can't really get it anymore. These machine guns, rapid fire frame machine guns, are so goddamn bad, I can't even explain it. I might hold on to it because Xenophage. I only got a couple line in the sands. I hated Season of Dawn. I hated everything about it. Yeah. It's a linear fusion, right? Like, it's probably not gonna be great, but hey, you know, whatever. I could probably get rid of these. There's better weapons you would use in place of this anyways, so. This Pyroclastic Flow was like a really cool looking rocket. I have the ornament as well, like always. It's got shield disorient, which is kind of nice, and again, same concept as like I'm waiting for Wormhusk kids to come back. This is the 7 Serif Soul. I've got 2 of these. This is like a nicer roll of it with Clown Cart and Vorpal. I'm expecting machine guns to have a time and a light at some point, so I'm holding on to that. And this is just another roll with Vorpal. Tomorrow's Answer. This was the second one that I got in Season of the Chosen. This is the one that Zur sold recently, I think. I don't quite recall. I might actually have that one in my inventory, though. I do not. I think that's the one Zur recently sold like a week ago. Disagree with me, and we're tweaking. This is the one that I got, like, the first week into trials or something. Quite something. I don't need impact casing for PvP because I'm not directing people, and also, Heir Apparent. I don't use this. I'm not gonna use this. I don't like this gun, so I'm probably just gonna sell it. Or whatever, you know what I mean. Thermal Erosion, I don't care. It's got DSR, and I wanted to try it out, but it sucks. Commemoration's actually not bad, and I'm holding on to it, and I want to farm this, but I haven't gotten the chance. Lament. I got this Temptations hook recently. I think. I don't quite recall. I might have another one in my inventory or something like that. It's got Vorpal, and I just want to hold on to it in case caster frames are better. I have a caveat on this, and that's that I have the Sola Scar, too. So, you know. The Code Duello, I just have it. This is a lasting impression rocket. I don't need this. This is power crept out by the, you know, this thing. This was my PvP rocket for a little bit. I'm holding on to it just in case. Just see like how they function after the changes. So I've got this one because this is what I used in PvP. This was like the roll a lot of people wanted. You get 2 bricks if you can manage to do that, and you just have like an insane, like, you can get like 4 or 5 kills with this. Threaded Needle, with Frenzy, it's kind of irrelevant now. I'm gonna get rid of this. Yeah. This Royal Entry, a lot of people like kind of cockroad this thing. I think it sucks. I've got a bunch of these Vengeances because I don't even know. I guess now's a good time to intermiss with this. So I've got this one that I farmed out as well, and I think this is the best possible roll that I'm going to get my hands on. Obviously, I have Cluster Bomb on because I was using PvP, but I've got the Lasting Impression as well, and I think this is the best it's going to get for me. Since Lasting Impression with the correct mod setup is supposed to be like significantly better than Vorpal. Worst case scenario, I still have these other rolls in my inventory because, or in my vault, because Vorpal might become more relevant at some point in a theoretical situation, right? Like, I've still got this roll, which this is stupid. I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't know why I have this. I've got this roll as well, which could be relevant at some point, and actually has a state of relevancy. I've got this thing again, which I thought was going to be the best roll that I have, and it's just redundant roll that I farmed out. I've got this again, which again, you know, nothing to write home about, you know, same roll. I probably just have these in the vault for the sake of, I just forgot to delete them when I was farming, so I'm going to get rid of this boy. Hold on. Yeah. And I've got this one, which I thought I was going to use in PvP. I don't really care enough to use a Thresh Rocket in PvP, so we'll cut it out. Archon's Thunder. Again, we've got a high impact frame, and I think that rangefinder makes this thing really good. Really good. And I want to try to use this. But I have such PTSD and copium from like when LMGs were crazy in PvP that like I feel bad using it kind of. Eternity's Edge for the sake that it's a cool vortex frame, and I don't know. The Assassin's Blade roll is, I mean, I don't really have anything to say about it, right? Like, I just don't, like, I thought it might be useful for something. Canis Major, this is one of the most sad, depressing things I've ever used, and I hate it. So I've got like 900 reads regrets, and I'm going to talk about that. So I got this one, and this was the best roll I had until I got my current one, and I'll take a segue on this in a moment. I'm going to cut this one out, because I can't use it at big ones. This one I thought was going to be good for PvP. I'm going to cut this out because it sucks butt. This one, it's got Headstone. Headstone's relevant on this. So this is the only other one. In case Vorpal becomes relevant, I've got Clown Card on this. Now I'm going to segue over for a moment. This is the one that I use for PvE right now, which is obviously quite a fucked up roll, quite insane, and I don't need to explain why. Alright, we've cleared out a whole page here. Very nice. And then I've got the other half because no one else has it. And Zephyr. This is actually like the best possible Zephyr roll, I think. It's got like, you know, the Honed Edge, Swordmaster, Tireless, Cold Steel with the impact. I have it just because this Cold Steel might be relevant at some point. I don't think so. Whatever. I've got One-Eyed Mask. This is a PTSD item. Back when Xur sold this, when it had hand cannon targeting. And yeah, I bought this. I was so taken back that I bought this item. There is history here in year 2, and I don't even want to get into it. A lot of these exotics are built around different stats, around potential builds. I haven't really done much with many of these, obviously, because they're not masterworked. I actually have an Apotheosis build that I'm working on. I haven't gotten the items for it yet. Again, there's not a lot to say here. A lot of these other unmasterworked legendaries are just items from history that I hold on to for mementos. The other ones that aren't masterworked are because, I don't know, this thing sucks. This must have been the first one I got of this. So my rule of thumb with exotics is typically if it's below 63, I don't keep it. Like this one. So we're going to go and clear through a lot of these, except for this One-Eyed Mask. That's bullshit. Or if it doesn't have, like, this is a really good split, right? It's like, you know, 17-17 Recuv and Strength with, you know, 61 total, whatever. 64 here. I would actually value this one over this one because the stat distribution here doesn't matter nearly as much. You know, strong strength here, really strong for something like a Devour build. You see, we got 61 on this, but it's high mobility, high strength, which again, more maybe relevant at some point. The odds are that I won't use these, but it is what it is. This one's high discipline, which is why I value it a lot more. This one's also high discipline, so I'll probably get rid of this one. This one's got a lot of recovery too. I'm gonna get rid of this Verity's Brow. I've got this one. It's got a lot of discipline again. Skull's not really useful, but whatever. Yeah, this stag is good, really good. I kind of want to make like a stag build. I don't like stag that much though. So let's talk about my 900 Apotheosis Veils. Oh boy, it's gonna be a long segment. This is obviously good. This is obviously good. This is obviously good. I don't need to explain why this is an absolutely insane rule that does not have a mod attached to it. You know, whatever. Also, whatever. Astrocyte's cool. Resilience irrelevant on this, and I might get rid of this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut this one out too. This is the original helmet I used for a little while in Shadow Keep, I want to say. Or no, Beyond Light until I got my new build made. Fell into sound, whatever. But this was another one that I used for a build. And again, it's like 62s, like it's just items like this, it wasn't good. I have this helmet for doing the Beyond Light thing for like the last bounty I have to do or whatever at Redrix for getting kills on things with while the full Krista screen. set is on. Whatever. I hate this exotic. And Dawn Chorus is annoying, and I wish that I was as cool as Hoplite so I could use it. Again, like, we're just looking at more fringe things, right? Like, this okay helmet. Maybe it'll be useful in a build. Extremely strong for top Dawn. You know, spam your thingies. Again, another one here. I'm gonna cut this one out. This one's not really useful anymore. We see a bunch of helmets here. This one could be good for a recovery build. I don't think I'm gonna use it because I think there's better items that I have. Again, another really strong item here. 67 base on a legendary, quite insane. Got the Lightkin cover again, 66. Like, a lot of these are just, like, you know, farmed armor pieces. Like, this is just high totals. Nothing really crazy to write home about. And none of these have, like, mods applied or anything. A little bit of copium here. This is how armor pieces used to be back in year 2, and I just have this as a memento. I used to use this specific gauntlet for a long time in Forsaken. Fitting aspects. Same thing, really. A lot of these boys are good, a lot of them are bad. That's why I'm doing this, you know, I'm cutting through some of this. Winter's Guile is going to start becoming a problem in PvP very soon. And it's upsetting to see that, but expect to see more of this in PvP in the coming months. I just have these in case I need to make a build with it, because I know Winter's Guile is somehow going to creep its way into the top, you know, damage build. So let's go forward here. Controversial hold, I'm not going to use this roll. I'm not going to use this roll. It's not going to happen. We got a nice 69 nice here. This is actually a 59, so I'm going to cut this one out. Garbage. Not bad. I'm never going to use these getaway artists, but I have them in case they become a different thing or it gets reworked or something. There's like a weird functionality. These are all cool, whatever. I don't really care. I got a lot of these Ophidians. This one is in here for a reason. I can't remember what, but it'll come up on me in a moment. I think it's useful for another build that I have that it switches some of my PvP stats around. This is not that good, and I'm going to get rid of it. This was on my Shadebanger build, so that's why it's in here. This is just a good set of gauntlets. I held on to it because it had high discipline. I don't think I'm going to use it. Like, I just don't see myself using it, so I'm going to get rid of it. These claws are useless. These aren't that good. I have them because they looked cool, but we can fashion skip it now. This was the original PvE build that I had. Use these. They're not that good. I'm going to get rid of them. Yeah, I don't think those are used for anything. This is used in a build that I haven't used in a long time. I'm going to get rid of it. Same with these. And you can actually see this is back when, like, machine guns were kind of a little bit more important. This is more for Xenophage. I don't really see myself making good use of this. Pretty weak. I have better items I can use. I'm gonna hold on to these because this might be a good item piece that I can use in a set. Again, same thing with getting the Redrix thing done. This is 60, and it's just high recovery, and I like spiky, so I'm gonna hold on to that. These were the original, like an original set that I had at some point. Not spiky, not really good. Better. Not bad. I had this at some point. If this is the red set, no, okay. I probably used this in a build for a little bit, and then I realized I had a better set of gauntlets and just switched it up. Nothing crazy to write home about there. This is higher int. This is a super suit set. Not bad. I see myself using this in like a super tanky build at some point. I don't know what though, so I'm gonna hold on to it. I have this actually because I remember seeing, oh, it's high res. I might need that. Let's throw it in a vault. A lot of these are also just I was farming things like Iron Banner or Prophecy, and that's just what it came down to, right? I just threw items in a vault as I was farming, so I didn't have a full inventory all week long. This isn't gonna be good. It's never gonna be good. Same. Actually, I'm gonna hold on to that because 65. Oops. Irrelevant. Irrelevant. I have some pretty crazy Storm Dancers bracelets that I'm never gonna use, but I have them because 65, right? And that strength stat is funny to me. Wings of Sacred Dawn, I could see this getting a rework at some point to be a little bit better, even though it's already been reworked. Copium. Vesper is never gonna be good. I have it because it's a 67, and that's funny to me. Got a bunch of Sanguine Alchemies that are pretty stupid. They're not, like... I'm not going to use this exotic. I think this exotic is bad. But yeah. I'm going to get rid of this one. Whatever. Chromatic Fire is an exotic I actually I used at one point for a little bit. I tended to use it in PvP. I need to kind of think about which ones that I evaluate. Value being higher. Like this one, it's 65 with a high res, but I don't see it being useful, so I'm going to get rid of it. Phoenix Protocol is always useful. This is really weak. This is really weak. What does this get when I take these off? 66. Okay, I'll hold on to it. Starfire is really good for certain grenade spammy builds. I don't really think I have a good use case for these yet, but I'm holding on to it. This is the part of the Shadow Keep set. Or whatever. Beyond Light initial set. This was an original PvE set for me. The Red Sylvia General PvE build. This is completely murked, so I'm going to dismantle this. Same thing, armor pieces, achievement, armor pieces, whatever. Super suit. Again, super suit. Just more armor pieces that I have in case I want to make a build. This is part of my mantle build that I haven't made good use out of yet, because it makes me sad. Same thing here. This is for if I need a Vogue armor set, or Master Vogue, but I think I have a better piece anyway, so I'm just going to cut this one out. Same thing here, it's spiky. I might have a use for it. Not sure about this. And then this is a piece that I recently got, that's spiky and recovery and strength, and I have an idea with this. I've got a couple Titan pieces here, and I'll go through my Titan inventory and stuff like that too. I don't really have much to say. I don't have a lot of Titan exotics. Got a lot of Lunafaction Boots, that's for fucking sure. Let's get rid of one of these here. There, we'll put this away. So we've got these cute Lunafaction Boots here. What is there to say about Lunafaction Boots, right? It's a good exotic. I need multiple of them for various builds. Unfortunately, this one is kill. But it is what it is, right? Let me close this out and pull it up so it lights up. Oh, I completely skipped over the necrotic grips too. I like necrotic grips. I haven't found a good use for it. I'm working on it. Again, just these Lunafaction Boots. I should get rid of some of these Geomags, since Geomags are used in one setup. Probably get rid of this one. It's well balanced, but it's 62, and I can get a better roll just farming. 67, I'm well balanced in the important stats, right? Same thing here. I'm not gonna make use of the 64. I've got a lot of T-steps because they make people mad, and I like having better rolls than the kids who actually use it because it makes me laugh. Prometheus Spur, I don't know. I don't even know what to think of this yet. These boots, OGs will remember. OGs will remember. Spiky. Same thing here. 66, right? These aren't too awful. I use these in a set, I think. I use this in the in another set as well. This is just farmed armor, right? I don't know if it's going to be useful or if I'm going to find a use for it. But hey, it is what it is, right? And I've got some Assembler boots here because Assemblers are insane. An insane exotic that I just haven't made use out of yet. More farm boots. Again, the rest of this is just kind of stuff. So these are typically things that are just momentum based for me, right? This is an OG law-specific bond that you can't get your hands on anymore, I don't think. This is from Titan, so you actually can't get this anymore. And this is the bond that I used for years and years and years until they made random rolled armor. These rivalry, whatever it's called, the Guardian Games bonds, I just think they look cool, right? I could get rid of one of them though. I don't really need whatever. Again, same thing with the set. This is funny to me because I used this for a little bit in a specific build with what's it called? a well build with cells, but it's probably not super useful anymore, so I'll probably just cut this one out for the items. You always gotta brush your teeth. I like socks. Hey, you never know when you're gonna be thirsty. Tokens, because hey, I you know, served a lot. And then these materials and stuff like that. The rest of it's just like kind of stuff you don't really see anymore. It's pretty rare stuff. So what's in my inventory? I've got this ISO that you can't get anymore that makes people mad because I have it. Lumina, Dead Man's Tale with Vorpal Weapon. By the way, I spawned the Vorpal Weapon meta on this. I just want to point that out. Thorn, because I always got to keep that thing on me. This Legal Action is a new one that I got recently. This thing's a beast. I misunderstood how strong range on this thing was. Yeah. Astral Horizon, it's an okay roll. It's not bad. The Biting Winds that I said that I had with Explosive Head, Rapid Hit, you know, like this isn't bad. Good kinetic bow, right? It's not going to be super useful though. And then this is the Fatebringer that I currently use for a well build, like a Wells build that I have equipped right now actually. Cardi, this is the vendor Cardi, not too bad. The Death Adder I showed off, the Igneous Hammers I showed off, the Far Future that I showed off, I've got a 1,000-yard stare with aimbot and snapshot sights, not too bad. This is the plug one I have. I pull it out whenever I get plug one, and I proceed to say mine's better, mine's better, mine's better. The Found Verdict I showed off. And then this Zealous Reward that I just got doing it today. I don't really care about it, but I'll hold on to it. The Reed's Regret I showed off. This is my half-truth. It's just my zippy sword. There's not a good roll here. This is a poopy roll. Sleeper, gotta keep that thing on you. This is a hothead I farmed out. I've been using this in PvE a little bit. In PvP, not PvE, sorry. This is my Threaded Needle. I can get a better roll here. I don't really care. Because I have Reed's Regret. The Hesden's Vengeance, like I said, he's in, I don't know. Pretty crazy roll. AB1, 1k. And then just a normal Reed's Regret for PvP. I could see myself making this in a video. Item-wise, a lot of these are just builds. This helmet's not. Just various builds that I've made. Nothing crazy going on here. The armor pieces are about what you'd expect. I don't really have anything to write home about. And yeah, that's kind of all I've got going here. I gotta pee, I'll be back. Okay. So, I've shown off this. Let's go to the Titan and kind of diagnose their inventory. It doesn't matter what I have on the Hunter, it's all gonna be a joke. Cool. So in the inventory of the Titan, we've got an Augurs build set up right now. We have this very nice multi-mac, which is just a good primary. We've got the Succession. This is my primary PvE Succession. I think, I don't know. I've got a nice, you know, Gambit Fractithist, whatever. Alien Confusion, Heritage, like, nothing to write home about here. A Lead for Gold, Apostate. Again, nothing that you don't expect to see. Surplus Rampage Zenith class. This is a good one. This is a really important role, actually. And then just an Imperial Needle. Nothing to write home about here. It sucks. Quick Draw Vorpal, you know, Clown Cart on this boy. Potentially very strong roll here. I've obviously got the Falling Guillotine God roll as well. Nothing crazy there again. Oh, and Crown Splitter, I guess. So that I can make my character look like a knight. That's the only reason I have the Crown Splitter, so I can make my my Titan look like a knight. Oh, well, it's in the Postmaster. Yo, kind of a beast roll, actually. Transferred.